In customary law, there are various customs that exist alongside marriage which are aimed at perpetuating a family and or preserving the status of a woman as a wife even after her husband's death. In instances where a man's wife could not bear children, he marries a seed raiser for the sole purpose of procreation. Children born from the union with the seed raiser are regarded as those of his wife and not those of the seed bearer. The ukuvusa union is the isiZulu custom which occurs when an heir or any other responsible person uses his own property or property belonging to the deceased to take a wife for the purpose of increasing the deceased estate or providing him with an heir. In instances where the husband was impotent, an arrangement was made for the wife to procreate with the husband's close male relative, and the children born were regarded to be those of the husband. Another isiZulu custom is the ukungena. The purpose of ukungena is to procreate children for the deceased husband. In terms of this custom, a brother or a close male relative could procreate children with the widow of the deceased. The Natal Code of Zulu law stipulates essentials of a valid ukungena custom. Read these requirements and ensure that you understand them. In Natal and Zululand, adoption was not common, and an adopted son could not be made an heir. In other African communities, adoption was prevalent and sometimes for the sole purpose of acquiring an heir. Read the case of Sibozo versus Nonsukuvu, where adoption of an heir from another house in a polygamous family is discussed. Among AmaZulu, there is also the ukuthwala custom. Ukuthwala takes place when a suitor carries away his fiancée with the aim of persuading both families of the suitor and the girl to enter into ilobolo negotiations. Ukuthwala is not a harmful practice. The purpose of ukuthwala in terms of indigenous African law is to prompt the ilobolo negotiations and not to harm the girl subjected to ukuthwala in any way. Actually, upon arrival at her suitor's homestead, the girl was cared for by the women of that family. Contrary to certain perceptions, she was not vulnerable to any form of sexual exploitation. Having said this, in some instances, this custom is wrongly used. Girls are forcibly abducted and sometimes even raped by the abductors. This misuse of the custom is not condoned in our legal system. When an unmarried woman is seduced, the ingqutu beast is payable by the seducer in respect of a woman upon conclusion of a customary or civil marriage. The ingqutu beast is also payable even before the commencement of the marriage negotiations. The manner in which the ingqutu beast is payable is discussed in greater detail in this chapter. I urge you to read this discussion on the ingqutu beast.